Hello, I'm Bingbing.
And I'm Maricel.
Welcome to KUMON Böblingen.
Thank you very much, and it's actually a great pleasure to be here today. And for everyone out there, yes, we are actually live in Böblingen today. So I'm very glad and proud to be with those two lovely ladies, because we worked together from the beginning. I remember we had our first meeting in Frankfurt.
Yes, 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So 2 years ago we had the first contact for an orientation meeting.
Around the same time?
Yeah, it was
It was
summer.
March.
March?
Yes,
Winter. So we had the meeting and you did all the tests and everything, and now we are sitting here in your own study center. I think when I see you here, and I've seen you now for over a year coming to this center, you like being here yourself. I think that is so important for the students.
Yes.
When they come to class, that they find their trainer, their instructor, also wants to be there. It's their place. It's like coming home or coming to your home for your students. They feel welcome, they feel at ease to do the best they can, even when that means they really need to stretch themselves. You enrolled those kids, and very soon you started to talk about them. So one really outstanding element of your center is the very lively, active presence in Facebook. So anyone out there, just Google or search in Facebook for KUMON and Böblingen or KUMON and Böblingen, and you will find it. And have a look. Those fantastic videos I will never be able to produce, but you also need the content for that. No? The software is not going to produce you the story. But how did you come to that? How did you come up with that idea? Let's do that.
Well, when we opened the Facebook account, first we were just posting us building the place,
Okay.
you know, the story. So actually, if you go to the Böblingen, you will see from the very beginning, it's just postage of where we are. Hey, we're here. This is what we, you know, and then
we wanted to introduce ourselves to our market. So we thought of doing a short video with us in it, and then showing some students, and maybe them sharing their stories in short sentences, and it was a hit.
the testimonies of the parents have been very touching because they don't necessarily get the chance to tell us or what they really think about what their children are getting or how they feel towards us. And so when we asked them, most of them were very enthusiastic and said, of course, and then we never give them a script of what to say on the tapes. So we get surprised, you know, really. So the basic question is, what can you say about your experience? Or, of course, we would rather get some positive things. So we say, what do you like? And when they start talking, it sometimes is emotional because, how KUMON has helped them with their concerns with their kids, and sometimes things that have surprised them that they did not expect.
It's all worth our effort, because we at the end of the day we always talk about the kids, how we can help them, how we can motivate them, and when we hear the stories, it's really worth all the time and effort.
And we got hit by COVID.
Because you had
We started in November, and by February, bang, closed.
everything closed, and the area here is quite tricky now because you got very strict regulation, numbers are high. It's so different in the German states. I've done a lot with Bremen lately, so you had a takeover there. And in Bremen, the center was only closed for 2 weeks. Because they were always the lowest in Germany for a long time. So the schools were not really closed. They didn't force them to come anymore, so they did hybrid lessons. But of course, it's a very different situation. If everyone's sent home, you're not supposed to go there, this is not supposed to happen. It creates a different atmosphere than restricting things a little bit. So you were in a very tight situation. So how did you succeed in that?
We had to adapt fast. Really, I mean,
Literally.
because the options were not many. We either close, which was really not an option because there's the rent to pay. But I think there's part of our background because we have family and friends abroad, and we are actually quite comfortable with speaking or having a relationship long distance. So in terms of skills in making a connection online, I think that we had already developed that simply from
Being away from our
transports.
families.
Yes. And so the hardest part was convincing parents that it was going to work. It's something new, and some of those parents don't necessarily have the skills. So that was the part that was hard, is educating parents that yes, it's going to work. The children are thirsty to learn. So it's not just material that they're learning, it's also skills and ways to learn. The moment we got that running, we lost a few students in the beginning when the closure. So for those who were less brave to try out the new way and thought, well, there's no school anyway, we could rest. But there were parents who saw that the more reason they had to stay. And actually, we got a few students even while we were closed because, again, word of mouth.
What you hear in the news is only kids are falling behind, they are not learning enough, but what I see here is the kids are actually learning, they are developing, and they are even learning skills that you would never expect from a primary school student, that they can set up a video conference or participate in a group meeting. They would have done that maybe in uni. Usually, but now all the kids have had that experience. So maybe you can share a little bit about those
I will share about this girl who joined us last year. She was at that time 4 years old, and we did everything online, the diagnostic tests, and then we started. It was in English, so we started in the lowest level, and now she's really, after maybe 3 months, she was reading. And we did everything online, and she enjoyed it. She looked forward to seeing us. And then a few months ago, she was doing her worksheet, and then she whispered and she said, "Maricel, I love you." And I said, "What did you say?" "I love you." And I said, "Oh, I love you too." So I was so touched by that gesture, and really, it's a fun job for us.
Rewarding.
Rewarding.
It touches the heart, really.
And you touch their hearts. No? They feel at ease to have that relationship with a teacher, with someone who, would be in a different setting. Maybe they wouldn't talk like that at all. They wouldn't think about it. That's a trust then.
They're on lockdown too. They're unable to play with their playmates. They can't go out. They don't see as many people in school. So yeah.
Now we have a lot of students doing just online. We even have students who live in the States, who live many kilometers away from Böblingen, and they stayed, and it's still effective even if it's just online and we hardly see them personally. So it's working, and we're happy.
Yes.
It's another skill we gained from the lockdown.
So it feels like we have the perfect product. It's the perfect product for the unusual situation that we have now.
Exactly. And most of our kids are doing so well in school. The parents were telling us how the kids are excelling in school despite the lockdown. So it's for us very rewarding to hear that the other kids are not doing so well in school, but the KUMON kids are excelling. Well, I guess that the daily work that they do at home really pays off. And it's not just in academics, it's also developing skills like perseverance, tenacity, and industriousness. I think it's all worth their time. And effort.
There is one particular student, I believe he's in 7th grade, and actually he's doing his math level here now is still below grade level, about two grade levels below. And yet, okay, when he came here, he was lagging behind. He wasn't doing very well. And that was one of the reasons the mother enrolled him. Now he's an honor student, despite the fact that the math he's doing is a more advanced math, and what he's doing here is still 2 grade levels below. And even though he's still not doing the math of his grade level, his grades have improved because the basic skills have been honed. So the foundation, it's almost enough that his foundations have been developed for him to excel in his grade level. So when sometimes their parents say, oh, they're gonna start so low, I want him to do what he's doing in school, when doing Nakhilfe, but actually I can say from our experience that no, in order for him to do better in school or to see an improvement, he doesn't have to be at the grade level as this child has demonstrated. And we've seen it time and again, because as everybody knows who's with KUMON is that the children start almost at a very basic level. And the older kids, they say, oh, that's that's not what we're doing in school. What we want to do, what we need help with is what we're doing in school. But in fact, that foundation alone, if that is strengthened, it shows a difference even if they're doing higher maths.
Sounds like magic, no?
Sounds like magic.
That you're practicing something that you don't use, but you get better in what you use. That really sounds like some sort of magic trick there, but I think that provides the kid that experience. If we would do exactly what they do at school at the moment, why would we get a different result?
What we are offering is a way to look at the child, at the student, and see what is the foundational, what needs to be changed from what we're doing now. So, and that's the other thing that we like about KUMON is it gives us the flexibility. We have the core materials, but really each child is different. The needs are different, and the material allows you to play around, for the particular needs of the child. And actually, that's one of the things we enjoy, because each child no child is the same. So I hate to say as a project, but it's, I guess it's the artist in us that we're not a factory here that you're putting them in a box and it's all packaging the same and it's all the same. No, it's each one is different, and it feels like that when after we help them, given them the tools, helping them develop the tools or the skills to be better learners, and then you see them bloom. You see them bloom. The same joy that a gardener feels in when you see it.
We both have only one child each, and we wanted to have many kids. But unfortunately, we both married late. And we were telling ourselves, no, KUMON gave us the opportunity to have a lot of kids. It feels like, yes, oh, now we have so many children. And we really treat them like our own kids. And I hope they feel that.
I think they can. Otherwise, they wouldn't be so trustworthy with you to open up and share their real feelings, their real thinking with you with honesty. I think that makes that trainer-trainee relationship that goes much further the relationship with someone who would just teach the maths. The maths is the same for everybody in the world, but the treatment, the nurturing, the support, it's individual, and you provide that, and then they feel that, and it builds a lot of trust and a deep relationship.
And I think that's what makes KUMON special as a method of learning, is that it's adaptable to specific needs. It's not one thing fits all. I mean, obviously the materials are all the same. The children go through the same material, but children really learn differently, and at different speeds and certain personalities. So with this system, we're able to do it. Thomas, it's like a pencil. You give a child a red pencil. If you tell the child you can use this pencil only this way, then that limits it. So, but KUMON is like this red pencil. Basically, you're telling the child that you can do whatever you want with it. It's still the same paper, it's still the same red pencil, but each child will come up with a different work of art. So, yeah.
Come back to the art. I think it's a nice image that one size fits all. Yeah, do you want your child to be just one of many, same wrapping, same packaging, or do you want your child to be handmade, individual?
Because this is I see as a problem with the school system. All children have to go through 1st grade to 10th grade, and all children will have to study this at this year, this at this year, and this at this year. And that's what's going on. Now, if you have a learning program that's exactly the same, that you follow this, and this, then what are we offering that's different? But KUMON is not this way. We say, well, really, this child needs to spend more time in this because this is where he's encountering a blockage. We don't force him to move to the next one before he's ready for it. So we are able to do something different.
Right. Thank you very much. My last question for today is any kind of anecdote or something. I say that was the best thing in the last 1.5 years.
The best thing?
Or something that you haven't forgotten. You think, oh yeah, that really surprised me, or was amusing or amazing.
It's now an accumulation of many things, but for me, one of the amazing things is that when sometimes it would happen that the child is working and you see the change happening at that moment, in that minute, and you see the child changing, it is amazing. It's an amazing thing to experience, to see the child changing in front of you because of something that we have not spoon-fed, but that he has discovered on his own. And it's like the joy. You see the joy in the child's face when this happens. The realization that I got it.
I can do it.
I can do it. Or, or maybe something that maybe the child had an idea that he's never gonna be good at this, but in fact he realized, so I can. And these things in their faces that you see, for me, those are the unforgettable moments. I have images of those in my mind of certain children when I've seen it happen. That for me.
And she was saying, many years from now, these kids will always remember us, that we taught them how to read, how to count, how to add. So that alone is already.
So this family that moved to the States, and I said, okay, don't forget my name. I said, it's Bingbing, okay? So that when you accept an award, when you're an adult, as in the Oscar Awards, and you say, I'd like to thank Teacher Bingbing, so that you say my name right. And you know, because I really believe that, you know, with what they can do, they can reach certain. It's a joke. It's a joke, but I really I mean it, that I really see them going really far. And they don't have to remember us. But we like the thought that we played a role in their development and in getting to where their highest potential.
It's great that you think like that, because in the end, when I don't know who won an Oscar or someone who is a big star in tennis or in music or somewhere else, when they were born and when they went to school, we were talking about Einstein. When he went to school, maybe nobody expected him to be the person that he became in the end. But imagine that would have nurtured him with that opportunity or option in mind. I think that's what you do. You treat everyone as if they could be
Stars.
the next Einstein. We don't know yet. Yeah? Maybe they will be, maybe they won't be, but we will not find out if we don't try. I think that is really a spirit you live here, and that's why people are coming. And they come with curiosity. So thank you very much for your time today.
Thanks.
And thank you very much out there. And we will be back at some time. Otherwise, just follow KUMON Böblingen and you get the latest news on a regular basis. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.